Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at why you must finish first to earn maximum currency. First, let's look at endurance races and see what happens if you don't get maximum earnings when you're doing big races. To get the base numbers, I went a certain distance, making sure I never went off track, and then we're going to do some math. So here we see first, second, third. Now these numbers don't help much. Let's break it down on a per kilometer basis. So this will be fame and R dollars per kilometer. Okay, well now that's really clear. I lost 10% for finishing in second place, and I lost 20% when finishing third. Now let's look at this in the context of a big race. If you hired Natalie, well, she'll walk away because you didn't win. There goes half your earnings right there. Lose another 10% for finishing second, 20% for finishing third. It's like losing 55 and 60%. Yikes. Same with Michael. He walks out because you didn't win. Your R dollar earnings go down the toilet. So you really do need to win, because you definitely don't want to do a far endurance race without hiring the crew. Now, what about cup races, you're probably saying? Maybe you don't like doing endurance races. No problem. Let's take a look at cup race examples. This one's interesting because second and third place have the typical losses, but fourth and fifth aren't near as bad. But remember, you're missing out on the crew. So no agent, no manager, you're actually losing way more than this. So you really do need to win, especially if you're going to run a 15-minute Le Mans race in the Ferrari F40 or a half-hour race in an LMP1 car. By the way, here's the stats on this monstrous Venom F5 I'm driving, and to see this full-length video on how to go this far, check the link at the end. Now let's check out M dollar earnings, because those could also be affected the same way. This is my fully upgraded Red Bull 2019. There's the stats. Let's get into the information. First, we'll look at endurance races, and this gets interesting. Finish second, you lose 10% fame, but 29% M dollars. Third, you lose 22.5% fame and 41.5% M dollars. That's some massive losses. What about cup races? I know a lot of people prefer M dollar farming there. Here you go, first through fifth. And here the drops are pretty steady, not these weird numbers. So it's really clear, you gotta win. This is the 3-lap Silverstone race in the 2019 Invitational. Always better earnings in Invitational for fame. M dollar earnings about the same whether champion or Invitational. So practically speaking, what should you do? Make sure you win. If you're having trouble winning because your friends are too fast, race offline. So put it in offline mode, then restart the game. It should be a lot easier then. Especially when you're hiring the crew, you gotta finish first place. Of course, that doesn't count the M dollar races, but when you want those big fame earnings, it does. Well, that wraps things up. Here's a full-length version of the Venom F5 video where I go into great detail about clock management technique. Please like, please subscribe, and thank you for joining me today.